breaking news. Explosions heard today in the city of Astrakhan as fighting breaks out. It is currently unknown which parties make up the majority of the fighting, but President Babayev has assured residents of the city that everything is under control and to remain indoors as martial law has been enacted. It would seem, however, that a few citizens have taken to the streets, some heavily armed. Many have expressed contempt and outrage at the current administration, citing horrible work conditions, food shortages, and a number of disappearances. Tensions have been high ever since the war came to the region 3 years ago, with a bloody battle between Russian and NATO forces devastating most of the city. In the absence of traditional governing bodies, President Abraham Babayev, backed by wealthy investors, rose to power in the region. The president divided the city into two zones, the blue zone for the working class citizens and the green zone for people of great importance. The president claims this is to establish stability in the war-ravaged state, but it has left many destitute, hungry, and very angry.
Police department has been seen firing upon Green Zone security forces within Astrakhan.
Has denounced the acts of the Blue Zone Police Department and assured media outlets that President Babayev will have everything under control very soon.
The president doesn't care about us. All he cares about is his money.
Clergymen gunned down and apprehended in the streets of Astrakhan following an open protest of Green Zone officials.
Reached out for comment and were told that Father Gregory Nagarov was wanted for collusion and conspiracy to murder.
Security forces were quoted as saying this was an appropriate and proportional response to the Father's actions in the marketplace this evening, and any further threats against the presidency will not be tolerated.
Our network reached out to the Marshal of the BZPD, Nikolai Rykov, and all he had to say was,
"Stay on your side of the fucking fence, green zoners."
Rumors swirling of NATO agents infiltrating local groups and inciting conflict with innocent.
Local Russian-backed insurgents have been spotted conducting operations
It should be noted that this is only speculation. However, one conspiracy theorist and regional extremist, Alexei Jones, has been spotted in the area.
Alexei Jones has released what seems to be completely credible files incriminating President Babayev in a slew of deplorable crimes.
Unclear at this time wants to become a Breaking news. A coup and assassination attempt has been carried out on President Babayev that started a Blue Zone takeover of the capital market.
Local nightclub, the Ramzan, the sounds of pot in the midst of turmoil as a presidential coup takes place on their
Status is
doorstep.
currently unclear as he was rushed away from the scene, heavily injured by a gunshot.
Blue Zone forces seem to control most of the city and have appointed Dr. Randonik Fedorov-Kaminsky as interim president.
Local oligarch Ivan Zhukovsky has finally been apprehended by Blue Zone forces.
Citizens believe it is due to his connections with President Babayev and the recently released Warren files.
we've been assured by Marshal Rykov that he's been treated well and fairly in accordance with local law.
We can't even work ourselves to the bone.
We have you surrounded. You cannot be silenced.
Forces seem to have rallied and are attacking the Blue Zone en masse. Reports are coming in that former President Abraham Babayev has survived his assassination attempt despite his injuries and is working with trusted personnel to take back Astrakhan.